I dream of Jeannie with a light and brown hair. All right. It's time to go live on the YouTubes as soon as we see the little screen pop up, and we've seen it pop up. Hello. Welcome to another episode of the Whisky Untitled. That's Untitled. That's Whisky with an E. You already know that's how you got here. Today we're going to be talking about how we pick certain kinds of whiskeys. It's going to be what we're looking for in certain kinds of whiskeys. This is a pretty interesting topic because it could be all over the place. Everybody looks for something different. It could be for an occasion. It could be for a flavor. It could be for 1,000 other things. And so today we're going to dig into that. So grab a glass, get your seat, and let's hang out. Funny story, during that song, Charles frantically ran to get a glass because he forgot.
You said grab a glass. I was like, oh crap, I don't have a glass in front of me. Yeah, everybody.
Hold up.
Hope everyone's doing well. This is week 74 of virus.
Actually, I've been counting coronavirus in decades now. I've pretty much gotten over counting by just weeks. It doesn't make any sense. Now that we're 8 years into coronavirus, almost a full decade.
I think maybe 2021.
It is motivating me heavily to open bottles that I didn't intend on opening anytime soon. Just random bottles that I had. Christian C., why don't you tell us and everyone in chat what's in your... What is up, Tolv? You're having... Oh, my father's cigar. Which my father's cigar? Oh, and the SCN rum, which I still have not cracked into. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
it's literally sitting next to me. Drew, what's up?
I had a cider.
What is in your guys' glass? And yeah, the cider. That looks good in your story.
What to put in my glass to be. I'm going to leave it up to chat. Pick 1, 2, or 3.
Oh, type 1, 2, or 3 in chat, and that's what Charles is going to drink.
And I will drink that.
1 is Chivas 3-year. 2 is obviously a Charles's favorite Dalmore 25-year. And the 3... for sure is going to be Charles's absolute favorite, which is a Chinese Bingshu. I forget what it's called. A very interesting sorghum-made whiskey.
Do you have that one?
I do. I still haven't cracked it open because it makes me nervous that I'm going to die of something.
Christian's the only one voting. I'm going to do number 2.
Christian voted for number 2. Let's do it.
Ooh, that's nice.
Ooh, Benriach 10. Oh, yeah, 2 2s. Kirkland 22-year Space Side. Hey, Christian, that's a super good bottle. I've compared the 22, the 20, and the 18.
Good choice, my friends. Good choice.
And they're all delicious. Total Wine had Benriach 10 for $23.50. Holy shnikes. The last time I bought Benriach 10 was at Costco, and I'm pretty sure it cost me $35. That's an incredible deal from Total Wine.
Everybody?
Cheers, everybody. Oh, you made the ding. I like that.
On the microphone.
I don't have a camera microphone. I'm sorry. All right. Let us get this show. Oh, and so you guys know, yeah, if you give away free junk, but like Michter's is sending me the 10-year straight rye and the 10-year bourbon tomorrow.
Okay.
I just got the notification for it. Actually, they sent me an email like a month ago, but I just got the notification for it. And as you guys know, generally the 10-year bourbon isn't my thing. So I was like, you know, it'd be really cool is if I just sampled it out. So, yeah. So if you guys want some of the Michter's 10-year, just DM me tomorrow, and I will just make up a bunch of samples as soon as I get home from work, and it'll be a good time, and then I'll just try to mail them out as soon as I can, probably Saturday. So, yeah, that's what's up, in case you guys were curious. Moving on.
Yeah, no,
Charles, I have to know what's number 2 and what's in your glass.
What's in my glass? So it's going to be something that we're going to be talking about today. And you guys picked number 2, which is the Red Diesel. Scotch Malt Society.
Oh, you really busted out the Scotch Malt? Okay.
Yeah, I did.
What were the other choices? I'm curious.
The other choices were Hedonism was number 1.
Okay.
And
I should have
number
voted
3 was Glendronach 12.
I would have voted for any of those, actually. All those are very delicious.
These are all bottles I'm going to be talking about today, but you picked number 2, so we drank them.
Perfect. 12. I tend to go with rum with cigar. I haven't even tried cognac with a cigar, but now that you mention it, I have a Costco cognac, and I will do that.
Yeah, I haven't done cognac, but I've done rum, which is kind of like the go-to for me, and then I do lighter or blended whiskeys. So I go Irish or I go like blend.
Oh, yeah, super. Yeah.
That's
Gregor, I don't know about haircut, boys. I know Charles got a haircut. Me, I just put mine up in a ponytail because I was tired of having Charles talk about my bald spot while we were doing the pre-show. So
I'm balding too. But
slowly but surely, we're losing hair. Some of us are turning 40 soon.
Mine's. But it wasn't a haircut. It was more like, hey, significant other, could you please cut my hair? Oh shit. Okay, shave my head off.
There you go. That's all you gotta give the wife
COVID
some
look
clippers.
number 3.
Give the wife some clippers, and you're good to go.
COVID look number 3.
I gotta stop saying I'm turning 40. I'm turning 40 in Korean. I'm not turning 40 in American.
Yeah, because Korea start at 1.
Correct. Just finished a cigar with 20 year.
Ooh. And that might be something we're going to be talking about next week.
Port. Yeah, no. I went to Cigar Bar last week with Tashi. If you guys know, Sip and whatchamacallit. I forgot what he changed his name to. Scotch and Sip. I was hanging out with Tashi at a cigar bar, and he brought port for everybody, and like it was. I never thought of doing port with a cigar, but it makes sense. Like sherry with a cigar, port with a cigar. It's gotta be good.
I love port. The only problem is no one else does around me. So it's hard for me to
everyone at the cigar bar had a red cup, a solo cup with port in it.
It was very hard. It's very hard for me to finish a bottle, which you usually have to do.
12, it's not going to close down again. Actually, numbers are down in a lot of places. I think a lot more people have it than we think, and I think we're going to be getting better soon. So that's just my own theory. I'm not going by the November 3rd theory like a lot of people, but whatever.
I'm thinking about like $30+ or whatever, or $25 to $30 for a haircut. I'd rather save that money and buy something.
Oh, I spent $25. I didn't mind tipping the girl like $8, $9.
I get like the whole massage and hair.
Nope. Don't touch my beard. Don't touch my face. Cut the hair. Leave me alone.
They put like a towel, like a towel press.
Nope. Don't want that. Cut my hair. Leave me alone. The less you talk, the more I tip. That's how I work.
Oh yeah, I don't talk at all.
Do you have any new bottles?
No. So just in all honesty, I haven't really buying any bottles. I've been investing more money into my other hobbies.
The stock market.
I was a little bit. But overall,
I have been. It's been great.
I know it's been tough. I bailed out
31% returns. It's been great.
I think I bailed out 3 to 4 weeks ago, so I was pretty good. I think I was only at 8. But yeah.
Rookie numbers.
Overall,
pump those numbers up.
With all the COVID and stuff like that, I've been focusing on what I have on my shelf, appreciating them more, understanding what I enjoy, and where I'm.
I got 4 sample bottles in the mail.
Ooh, that's cool.
And a candy bar.
Oh, that's
from Australia.
Yeah.
Yes.
100% Australia.
You know what this is?
Yeah.
This is like a super Australian candy bar. Is it super good?
Yeah, super good. The problem. Okay, so you have to look at the back, check where it's made or shipped from. It should have manufacturing, like address, like
made in Australia and imported and local ingredients.
Okay, so it says because sometimes some of those say like, oh, it's England from the U.S. So that's Australian, and just to be clear with you, that's most likely milk chocolate. It will melt a lot quicker than regular chocolate because of the preservatives.
I love milk chocolate.
No, it's because of the preservatives that they have in chocolate here in the U.S. Make sure you eat it soon.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, it says it's good till 2021, but yeah, I'll crack into it soon because I know it's going to be delicious. That's what Denver sent me.
Gregor, for me, it's not really like just no purchases. I'm probably gonna buy 1 or 2 bottles. I'm really looking at trying to focus on a port whiskey from Scotch Malt Whisky Society, or I'm thinking about maybe a Signet or a Ton. Just 1 bottle this year. I just want to go back. Bottle. I've got like a lot of these bottles that are just hitting the shoulder, and I feel that it's try them again. Then I have, like Wally said, a million sample bottles that a lot of you guys have sent. So bad not trying them out. Yeah, dude, I have cases.
Like, there's so many. So I started putting them in little boxes. This is going to sound horrible, and Steve's seen it. I have like well over 200 samples in these shoe boxes, and I need to do something with them instead of just buying more shoe boxes and then putting more sample.
And I've been a bit rude too because I know I owe you some stuff, some other people some stuff. So I'm like, I want to reuse these bottles. Let me go through it. some amazing
Look at this.
single casts that I've had.
Look at this. It's Reposado aged in tequila casks. I haven't even tried it.
This is the spot. Like I even have your sample bottles that are right. But yeah, I want to focus on that.
Ardbeg Supernova.
I think I have one of those. I think I have an alligator here somewhere. Like, but yeah, no. I want to focus on that, and I gotta figure out, and I might have to ask you guys on how I photograph sample bottles because no one really likes it. Everyone likes to see the sexy bottle, but I want to be able to drink these.
I want to get into the topic, but Tolv has literally stolen my attention. Tolv, I'm sorry, where did Jamful announce that? A 28-year Sherry Cask Brookladdy. Tolv, listen to me. If you don't see me posting about it, I need you to get more than one bottle so that I can also get a bottle. If you have to have it shipped to me, ship it to me, dude, and I will ship it to you as we've done before. You don't understand. Like I need that in my life. I don't know.
It's not 200 sample bottles in a shoebox. I have a chest, actual chest.
No, Christian, I have a handful of shoeboxes, and I keep stuffing them into them and keep pushing them further and further under my bed. I really should do something about it.
All right.
I'll take a picture one day. It's great.
On that note, let's. Do you have any bottles coming in? No, right?
Just the Michter's tomorrow. Okay,
gotcha.
I didn't pick anything new up.
Yeah, so let's jump into the topic. I made it as broad as possible.
It's super broad.
I just want to talk about what what others just like us look for in whiskeys. The reason why I asked that question to you was the fact that like most have large shelves. Trying to be like, hey, what do we keep coming back? What and why? Thinking about it, and then I know that once you have a larger collection, you do go for the weird stuff, or you want to try something different.
Yeah,
so bring that up too. So I was like, all right, let's.
Should we start there? Should we start with the weird?
I don't have a lot of weird. I have a lot of things that I love. So you go with the weird, man.
I'm going to start with the weird. I also love it. That's the problem, is I love weird.
Feel free to discuss down below as well, guys.
Cranking in this IW Harper that I took a picture of today, like, I forgot how floral and strange it was, and I forgot why I loved it so much at the tasting. Yeah, I love it. No,
I was offered a few bottles of that. And
pour number 2 today. All right, so to get into weird, I first had this at a cigar bar in DC that no longer exists. Thank you, COVID.
Damn, really?
Yeah, no joke. They closed. Yeah, it was crazy. And then they sold all their stuff at like insane discounts, and I missed out on all of it. It was like 50% off everything. Anyways, first had this whiskey there, and I fell in love with it because the whiskey tastes like bubblegum, kind of acacia. So if you guys have ever smelled like acacia tree, it's like that. It's extremely floral, super good.
Actually,
blew my mind. I traded away a Ardbeg committee release and Elijah Craig barrel proof that might have been like hazmat to get this. Right here. So, Jefferson's Presidential Rye 25 year.
Bottle too.
Batch 1. This is so good.
Are acacia trees big here in the US?
No, it's not. I mean, they're huge in Korea. It's just not I don't know.
Asian thing.
Yeah, in America, I don't know if people are going to get the reference, but it's a very floral. We'll just put it that way. Like extremely floral. Super good. So, when I find myself reaching for strange things, I realized looking through a bunch of the bottles that I have that sometimes strange is just interesting, and interesting gets me interested in the bottle. But that one, interesting flavors, strange story behind it, 25-year rye. I think it's originally sourced. It's super old. Just tastes good. It's good
very interesting too, because like when you think
about
the higher
age,
I think it's 12 plus years for American style whiskey.
15.
They don't really do too well. Because they do get over oaked, so it's very on the controlling side.
Depends on the cask, right?
Yep. So you really got to.
So if it's a super active cask, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. Not so active cask at all.
The right thing.
Yeah, somebody needs to know what they're doing. So so that was the first one. So
go for it. Keep going, man, because you got the weirds. I don't have the weird.
So the second weird one I picked this up because I was like, sometimes you're sitting there in your collection and you're like, man, I could really go for a standard, but sometimes you're like, man, I want something really weird, something different. Something maybe from another country. Standards, like your old go-tos, like the ones that you go to and you're like, oh, I'm going to just drink some of this because it's solid every single time you go for it. But sometimes you want something weird and you want something from another country and you want something that has a flavor profile that's not normal in any way, shape, or form. And that's like for me, Amrut. So I grabbed the Naranji because it was the closest one that I could find.
Gotcha.
But I do love the Fusion for its smoked mangoes, which is such a unique flavor profile. Yeah, but sometimes you want to taste and smell something that didn't come from America, something that like is really different and weird, and just makes you think like, okay, this is I didn't even know whiskey could do this. So that makes it interesting, and that's always fun. Do you want me to keep going? I'll do this all day.
Keep going, man. Keep going.
All right. I'm just going to do them all, and then I'll just wait. You're going to do them all. That's going to happen. And then sometimes you're looking for balance. And for me, the greatest balance there ever was is in this bottle right here. This is just the empty box because the bottles are all empty, all of them.
You have the box, not the bottle? Or you have the bottle?
It's so funny. I have the bottle, yeah. I would get to use it for something. But, like, my brother has, I think he's got 4 or 5 empty bottles because at one point he was dailying this when he could get it for under 300.
I couldn't do 21. I could do the 12. I couldn't.
Yeah, he was paying almost $300 a pop. So this is incredible. The level of balance is incredible. It is one of the only whiskeys where I've gotten strawberry notes, like hardcore, like, oh my gosh, like this tastes like strawberries. I have a
sample of that. I think you sent me a sample of that. Nice.
Did I? Oh my gosh, so lucky. Christian, the Grand Cru, I like it because it's got that weird like effervescence to it. That's kind of cool.
Can I stop you since you talked about balance? Because that's kind of one of the things I talk about. So I think one thing that I know you and me agree upon is that we really search for a balance between you know, some people, you know, you want your vanilla bombs, your sherry bombs, and so on.
But some people just want alcohol bombs.
Yeah, no, for me, it's all about balance now. So a few of these that I have that are basically for me balance. I'm assuming hedonism probably be on your list for a good balance.
Oh, so sweet. So, that's not balance. That's straight spun sugar.
For me, it's. I guess I have a sweeter tooth than most because this is actually not too sweet for me.
Oh, for a whiskey, it is incredibly sweet.
And then, I don't know, for me, it's very light and it's like a wisp of sweet. It's not like a full on sugar.
Yeah.
And then Red Diesel, the one that you guys select today, I think this is a perfect balance between a light sweet, light smokiness, kind of all going together. Overall, it is lighter than I tend to go to, especially since it's 58.
100,000.
It doesn't feel. I don't know. Maybe it's my palate, and then
that's a good thing.
Underback batch 1, balanced. Added a little cocoa nibs in there and stuff like that, a little smoke. But for me, it was balanced. Over oak, powerful, cask strength. Good balance. So balance.
I still need to drink their samples. I keep forgetting. To go with what you said about hedonism, though, like hedonism's super light and sugary, and sometimes you just want something sweet. Yeah. So couldn't resist. Like this bottle is so good. Like it's made like a grain spirit, and it's so incredibly sweet. It's just like I had to have it once I tried it. I wish remember how Dr. Vikram never let me try this. It just tastes like it's just buttercream and sugar. It like literally tastes like buttercream and sugar. Like, think of that.
I don't remember it being that sweet.
Like Are you serious? It left such an impression on my memory after tasting it. And of course I paid $180 for this bottle.
It was good. It was just, but
I'm glad I could find it. Distillery only. That's the problem, right? Mm-hmm. So find friends in Utah. So yeah, that's
hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll keep it going if
no, keep going.
All right. The next one. Sometimes you do just want to literally go in the opposite direction of balance. Sometimes you are just looking for one really specific flavor, and for me, complete vanilla bomb. Like I could just sit down and it's incredible every single time. Is this one right here? I hate doing this because, of course, you're sending me bottles tomorrow. And this is hashtag not an ad, but the Michter's 10 straight rye, not the bourbon, which if you guys want some, believe me, I'll give you plenty. But the straight rye, this stuff tastes like a vanilla bomb. Like just, it's so vanilla heavy and so, like it's perfect. It's nothing like a rye. That's the thing. Like low barrel entry proof, of course, they do like Wilderness Trail, but it's so stinking good. Like if I'm in the mood for like vanilla with a punch, that's what I'm doing. And the only other option.
Go ahead.
What's that? I was gonna say the only other option I'd go for, that's vanilla, but also drives me to a totally, completely different reason for grabbing a whiskey would be a viscosity or mouthfeel. I think mouthfeel is underrated a lot. A lot of people want high proof, burn your mouth, don't care. But I found myself falling in love with one whiskey that tastes like velvet. I couldn't help it. This is my second and last bottle. It will get opened in just a couple of weeks. It is absolutely incredible. It has a velvet mouthfeel like I cannot describe in any other whiskey. And I've looked all up and down the rest of the Buffalo Trace line for flavor wise. Next in line would be Weller 12, which is weird because the rest of the Weller lineup I think tastes like trash.
I think they're lighter, but
Weller 12 is really close. It's closer than even the rest of the Pappy lineup. Weller 12 just absolutely gets the nose and it gets a lot of the flavor of Pappy 23, but it doesn't get the velvet mouthfeel. And I don't know if that's because of age or what causes that. But
I also think it's because you spoiled your palate with something.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, no, and we're going to spoil it some more. Oh, yeah. So but I mean, the 23 is miles better than the 25. The 25 was.
So for me, like, I've tasted. I don't think you said.
No, I gave out a lot of samples of it. I don't think I have this. I felt bad when I.
But talk about mouthfeel. Like there is things like so for me. Like so, I know this is whiskey. Papa rum. The mouthfeel of rum is always kind of like that. So the molasses, right? So that's kind of where I'm like benchmarking from. But with me, I don't have anything to that caliber. You brought someone. But for me, like mouthfeel, even though it's not as viscous as Belvin 21 is kind of a great mouthfeel for me. It does have that port influence. It has that flavor. I think it's more flavor for me than mouthfeel, but mouthfeel kind of adds to it. And then Glendronach 12 is what I brought as well. A cheaper alternative.
Glendronach 12 has really good mouthfeel.
But it's a cheaper alternative, right? Like if you can't get that here, you can try this and you can kind of experience. I won't say the velvet as which like a rum is.
You won't
close to it.
Yeah, you won't get velvet like that. You get more oily.
Yeah, so that's kind of where like, hey, I enjoy this flavor with mouthfeel. This one flavor's great, but mouthfeel kind of.
Absolutely. I can totally agree with you there. But yeah, sorry, you should have never mentioned rum. I was gonna say like sometimes you want flavors from whiskey, but you don't want it in a whiskey package. The Navazos Palazzi. This is my second bottle, and I hate how expensive this bottle is, at 150 a pop. Navazos Palazzi, cask strength Oloroso cask aged rum.
Where's that Oloroso from?
Well, the Oloroso is from Spain, but so is the Navazos Palazzi. It's all from Spain. No, it's a Spanish.
I thought it was like from the same.
Oh no, no. You're thinking that's what's the other one? Sorry, that rum is sitting on my other shelf. So no, these are not from Jerez de la Frontera. So they're not the same. But yeah, no, these guys like sometimes you want cherry bomb, but you want it in a rum package. So you get that sugar, you get that really viscous sugar, and then you get it with tons of sherry. So good. So absolutely good. Could not resist that. I only have two other reasons to do it. Sometimes you just want something that hits specific parts of your palate because you want specific things. Kind of in the same vein as like if you wanted just a vanilla bomb. For me, I find myself reaching for really specific whiskeys once I learn their flavors. Like I said before, bomb burgers to me is chocolate chip cookies. But if I wanted chocolate chip scones,
jump into that
I have a single barrel Glenfiddich Wardhead that is literally like chocolate chip scones. Like it's hard to miss. So sometimes you really want a specific flavor.
Pineapple.
If I ever want an apple pie, I didn't go with pineapples today. I went with apple pie. If I ever want apple pie with a little bit of lemon zest, like hardcore apple pie all the way, you guys know this is just like my second or third bottle. This is a shame. It's like, and batch 2 is out, and I hate that Steve has batch 2, and I'm so mad. Yeah, it'd be an ad if they had sent me the original bottle fast and get half of it. No, I think this is bottle 3. This is horrible. But batch 2 is out. I want to go grab a batch 2. I'm curious. Steve said it's even better. I hate that he beat me to it, but Pennsylvania is kind of weird, and Maryland's even more weird. So if you're looking for a really specific flavor profile, sometimes you want an apple pie, and so to get that, I don't know any American whiskeys that can pull that off, but obviously we have some ex-bourbon cask American or Scotch whiskeys that can do it.
Yeah. So for me, as we all know, we're not big peat heads. We're not really smoke. I did just have that red diesel there, but for me, if I'm going for peat right now, it's been McCarthy's and it's this single barrel. The regular McCarthy's is great. It's definitely lighter Lagavulin type style. This cognac barrel gives it that sweetness that needs to cut smoke out for me. So have you noticed with the red diesel, I think it was a sherry?
Yeah, but you'll get even more balance out of that if it's a cognac cask because French casks are so sweet.
Yeah, so this is kind of where I am with the smoke. I still need that little extra kicking through.
Yeah.
So McCarthy's kind of my go-to right now. Yeah, that balance. Do you have any more bottles, or are you done?
I have one more bottle. Okay, Kevin, I agree with you. Nosing is half the fun. Sure. Scotch Society, I agree with you. Not every rum is meant to be cheap, but some rums are expensive for good reason. And Tolv, I only have one SMWS Armagnac, and on a night when they had one Armagnac and all Scotches, and it shined hard, and it's really good.
I wish I could jump into the Scotch Malt Whisky Society rum bottles. I do enjoy rum. I just need to try it.
They just did barrel-aged gin. Oh, I have their rum. I would read the descriptions on the rum before you buy it. They found a Jamaican distillery. No, they found a Jamaican distillery that does that weird thing with the Jamaican rum where they like have that thing in the ground and they kind of like mix stuff up and then they distill it all in the ground. Yeah, no, that's what I got, and it's funky. Like it's a funky Jamaican rum.
I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah, no, me neither.
And then for me and Wally are going to disagree a lot on this, but that's the point of whiskey. We always have a good discussion about it.
What?
Old Forester 1920 is kind of like my vanilla balance go-to. It's not my vanilla bomb, but my balance. I know you like, I think it's a 10? The 1910?
Yeah, the 1910 is way better.
Yeah, so for his palate. And that's the thing. Like, so for me, this my
palate. The 20 is so overrated.
Hey, I don't even think it's overrated. I think Old Forester in general is not overrated.
I think their 80s bottlings were absolutely mind-blowing. I think today's bottlings leave a lot to be desired.
I just enjoy that 1920. It speaks to me, I guess. So that's kind of where I go for in my head goes bourbon. I just want something not too sweet, regular the mill kind of fine.
Kevin, you would. A lot of he's smart. A lot of people like the 1920. I don't know what it is about it. I sat down with all of them. Ironically, the 1897 was the one that I liked with the best nose and palate over the 1920. And the 1910 came out, and I actually like that more. 1917 wasn't a thing, but I appreciate your contribution there, Christian. All right, and the last bottles that I have. Sometimes you're not buying a bottle for flavor, but you get it. Sometimes you're not buying a bottle for balance, but you get it. And sometimes you're not buying a bottle for prestige, but you get it anyways. So sometimes you buy a bottle because it's just the right year. I bought a Glenfarclas 1981. I was told it was fourth fill Oloroso, and I wouldn't like it. It was fourth fill Oloroso, and it's just meh. But I did go ham just a year ago for a birthday and picked up these two. And some people do buy bottles because of age or a birth year or any of those things. And those aren't bad reasons to buy them.
I would
but just like we learned with the Jura 30, it's not always a good thing. And in these two cases, as you can see from what I barely have left, it was an incredible thing.
I don't think I've tried the Balvenie. The Highland Park 30 was.
The Balvenie 30 is incredible.
What's funny is I tried the Jura before that, and I don't know why.
The Jura is literally trash.
I don't know what Sergio was talking about. He's like, dude, you gotta try it. I'm like,
he was being a troll. That's why it's such trash.
I'm gonna say no. Like we tried the one that tastes like feet.
That's it. That's the Jura 30.
Oh no,
it tastes like
feet, and the
Cheetos
other one was
and feet.
What was the one that we tried at Whiskey Bar over there?
Oh, that was Bell's. That was the one that tastes like curry.
Curry, yeah.
Yeah, that was a 1960s Bell's. It was really weird. A super weird recommendation.
Okay, so for two more for me, like while I was saying, there's reasons why you buy certain bottles. This bottle here, it's good on its own, but I think it complements well with like cigars, macarons, and stuff like that. You probably know what this is. Powers 12 for me. John's Lane.
Ooh.
So I think this bottle, it's okay by itself. It's not the best thing in the world. It's okay, but once you pair it up with some bit of chocolate, bit of tobacco, it shines, it melds well, kind of brings. And I think that's what the triple distilled Irish whiskey does. Kind of brings out other flavors.
It makes a good pairing.
And then for me, if you kind of notice what my bottles are, it's all about balance. And I'm gonna end it off with.
You just said balance, and then you pulled out a bottle that's incredibly sweet and delicious. Okay.
And I'm telling you, man. For me, it's just
you really don't taste the sweet, man. What's up with that?
It's just
the 16. Oh my gosh! When I cracked that, I was like,
and
dang.
you gotta think about it, like, number one killer of Filipinos is probably like diabetes. So that sweet stuff.
Hey, I guess Filipinos are all American because have you seen the stats? People like COVID killed 100,000 people. I'm like, do you know how many people that have heart disease in America? People eating all this food and being fat. 1.5 million people a year.
Got that lightness, got that little ice on tongue. Like, I just love this bottle. I'm sad.
Did you just drink from the bottle?
I don't share this with shit, man. I don't share this with anybody. My bottle. You can tell it's from what do you call it? From a
duty free
country, because of the fact that it's got like a no baby.
The picture of the lady, yeah, I love those.
Yeah, buddy of mine picked it up a few years back.
I think mine's 2 years old. Also, a buddy of mine went to Jamaica and picked it up on the way back.
No, I don't share this bottle with anybody. Plus, it's alcohol, guys. But yeah,
I only share it with pregnant women.
And yeah, let us know down below what you guys enjoy. Name your favorite bottle, just because. I would love to get suggestions.
Actually, and yeah, what's your guys' favorite reason to grab a bottle? Like, just like your favorite thing that makes a great whiskey for you. I'm super curious.
And to be honest, for me right now, I've been actually drinking less. I don't know about you, but I've been drinking.
I mean, I've been drinking less, period. But that's just, I was always drinking less. Ooh, 12. I did not jump on that 30-year, whatchamacallit. I did not, because I'm a punk. Or if you take cash to Jack Rose, you can get the 26 dark. They have dark barley. 10% off if you pay cash, which would bring the price down to $720 plus taxes, which would bring it right up to $800 out the door.
How is it really that good though? $700 is good.
Bruh, I am super tempted.
That's not. I know you.
I
had
it. I had it in New York, and I'm super scared that I'm going to go to Jack Rose and be like, well, it's time to get it.
If Wally, so you say $700. If you could get that Burke Laddie for $700, that one you like, that the friends and thing, Bobby.
Oh,
would you would heartbeat?
Oh, $700 is so high for that because I paid $180. But if it was $350, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, there's some things that price you're just I don't care, or
yeah,
no, gas strength.
Yeah.
So there's certain things that you're just I'll pay.
I found a limit with gas strength. Okay, I stopped at 500. The last bottle I got was 500. I realized, listen, is it worth more to my palate? Absolutely. Yeah, but is it worth more to my wallet?
If you could buy it for a retail price, you would buy it, right?
Retail is $80. I would buy cases.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
So this dark barley retail.
So I would do the exact same thing. Dark barley retail is $800. I would do the exact same thing that Scotch Father did, buy cases of gas strength, but I would drink them all.
Oh. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it'd be so dangerous if gas strength was.
Well, that's what I did with freaking Hibiki 12. I bought a case, right off the bat, when I knew the prices were going and they're running out of stuff. I just bought a case.
21. I would.
There's certain things that
$2,000 for a case.
I'm assuming that it's good. It's just not that good.
Yeah, it's just no. I always put money limits in there because no matter how good I think something is. But Day Dark Barley at $800 does not sound crazy. Yeah. So that's retail.
That's retail.
But being able to get it for $720 and then basically $800 out the door, that's temptation.
You do guys have
when I tried it in New York, I was like, yeah, 10%. When I tried it in New York, I was like, there's no way that this bottle price is gonna make any sense. And then when I tasted it, I was like, oh no. I was like, you better hope I don't find one. And then I found out I couldn't find any. Eli was there, Scotch Whisperer, and he was like, yeah, I bought mine in France. He got 2 bottles at La Maison du Whisky. DC was only slated for 6 and they were all on-prem. So nobody could get a bottle. So I was like, that's it. I give up. But then Jack Rose, obviously theirs is on-prem and they're giving it up. I'm like,
I bet you someone can go halvesies on you here.
Oh, halvesies?
Your brother could.
I do it with my brother. I'd go halvesies with my brother. I just went halvesies with my dad on Cohibas. Let's not do halvesies anymore. Halvesies is dangerous. I feel like I have twice as much.
With you and your brother, you guys trade bottles all the time.
Yeah, that's true. I would keep the bottle. I got to take pictures and drink it all.
And on that note, guys, thank you again for joining us. We really appreciate. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And if you guys are watching on the playback, thank you so much for checking us out on replay. Let us know down below what you guys think about the episode. What other topics you guys want to talk about. And yeah. thumbs up, thumbs down. It's up to you guys.
Yeah.
To be honest, this is one of the biggest excuses just to hang out with you guys, hang out with Wally.
Also, Christian is speaking my language. Pork belly burn ends. Hello, Korean people, pork belly. That's what we do. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna try pork belly in Lagavulin the next time I have some
pork belly yesterday too.
Everybody's eating pork belly. We've been doing Korean barbecue with my parents,
and I've been barbecuing a lot. If you guys haven't noticed, patio set and everything.
You're almost like a black person,
dude. The Philippines, that's all we do is barbecue. Man.
I know, it's just Korean people do too, and black people do too. The only people who don't are like
Korean style with scissors. I use scissors.
Ooh,
boom!
And we've got scissors just for that.
And on that note, thanks, Christian. Yep, deuces, buddy.
Oh no, you screwed up.
I never use these pictures anymore, man.
Well, you're gonna take one today, and you're gonna figure it out. You gotta entice the people.
I'm like,
I definitely
have to catch that one.
Yeah. All right, you know what we say at the end of the show, as you.
That's so weird. Why are you so?
Remember, it's this way for peace and this way for the Brits. That's messed up. Bad language.